Welcome to the John L. Sanders Show. Our guest today is two-time Grammy winner, Eshe. And now, here's John L. Sanders.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the John L. Sanders Show. And tonight it's going to be a very exciting night. But before we even get started, I just want to dedicate this show to my brother, Lloyd Edwards, and also to Elmo James. Elmo James is at the Christian Nursing Home in Union City, and that's Senator Donzella's husband. So I want to dedicate this show to you two guys. And okay, today we have Miss Eshe.
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I am so happy, and I'm so delighted. I mean, today's just going to be a wonderful evening because I got you on the show and I have Miss Alicia Richardson co-hosting tonight. Wow, folks, this is awesome. This is awesome. Wow.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So let's get to the like my producer Erica said. Let's get to the meat of the show.
Okay.
Well, here we go. So I'm glad you made it to Douglasville.
Yes.
Okay.
Two.
Great. Were you born in Atlanta or were you born upstate?
No, I'm a true Georgia peach, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I grew up in Southwest Atlanta.
Wow. Okay. Okay. The Swats.
So, the Swats.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, hey, that's a good thing.
Right.
I don't know about Swats.
Has produced a lot of amazing people.
Exactly.
So it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm from here and I've lived all over Georgia. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I guess around the metro area, I should say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, and I've traveled a lot, but this has always been home for me.
Right. Actually, I came to Georgia in '97. It's 2014. I'm still here.
Right.
It's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place.
So when did you start singing?
Oh my gosh, I've been singing pretty much all my life. According to my sister, I used to drive everybody crazy in the house as a little kid. But I actually started doing it professionally, I would say when I was about 16, 17, when I started making money from it.
Gosh.
But yeah, I joined Arrested Development. That's the group I was formerly in. And I was 13 when I joined the group.
Wow.
But I went in initially as a dancer. And so I've been dancing pretty much all my life since the age of 2. And my mom owned a dance school for over 35 years, so my mother taught me how to dance.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So I come from a family of the arts.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about when the group Arrested Development dismantled.
We came out in 1991, and all the way up to, I say, 94. And we decided to go our separate ways at that time. And then we got back together, I want to say 98. Mm-hmm. We got back together, sat and tried to make it happen again. And officially, we went back out, started doing music, recording, touring. I want to say it was 2000. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we released an EP and an album. It's called Heroes of the Harvest and The Feeling. It was in Japan, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was overseas.
So let me ask you a question. Like when you said Japan and overseas,
yes.
How does the music industry accept? I'm gonna put it like this: how does the Japanese music industry accept African American songwriters, musicians? How do they accept them over there?
As far as the Arrested Development, it was great.
Right.
You know, I love the Japanese people. I love Japan. That's one of my favorite places in the world. But they are very melody-driven people. Mm-hmm. So the type of music Arrested Development was known for is very melodic. Mm-hmm. And it's not really, it's like a gumbo and stuff. So you got a little folk, a little reggae, a little hip-hop, a little everything, soul. So they really dug it. They really liked it, you know. And it's a true testament that music can unite people, no matter what the language barrier is. I don't care if you don't speak English. We don't speak Japanese. I don't. Right. Lovely language, but I don't. But the music brought us together.
Wow.
So, and till this day, fans, and actually all of my singles, songs that I put out, have been produced by a Japanese producer.
Are you serious?
Very much so.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
And he's so soulful. You know, and people are always shocked. Who did this? It was like he's straight from Japan, Japanese.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
So I know you went solo. Did that happen like immediately after the dismantling?
Oh no. I actually around that time I got into let's see, 94, 95, 96 music artist management. Mm-hmm. I started managing artists.
Wow.
Had an artist on the face, and had a really like a group of artists. and along with my business partner at the time, who is my pastor now. My spiritual dad's name is Philip Mosby. And we had a management company called Bell's Artist Music Management. And I did that, a lot of artist development. Then I also did choreography for people, and I danced in a lot of videos like with Outkast and other artists around.
The Dungeon
Yeah,
Family.
yeah, the Dungeon
Dungeon
Family.
Family. Yeah, you guys know
So,
the
yeah.
Dungeon Family.
So I stayed busy doing that kind of stuff. And then during that time, I knew that I wanted to do music by myself, but I don't think I was ready. You know, just still trying to find myself because I was so young when we came out, you know.
Like you were 13.
Right. And so everybody else were like, you know, they were in college and stuff. When I joined the group, they were in college. And when we released our first single, I was 16, 17 years old.
Wow, you was that young?
Oh yeah, in 91, yeah. Tennessee came out, I was
I love
just
Tennessee.
turning. Do you? That's a great record.
Yeah, I like that song.
That
You
speech
was,
video.
you was a little baby.
Yeah,
like
You was
Yeah.
she was a little baby, so,
Yeah,
wow.
so-
you're gonna have to go to where we can catch it. Vivo, right?
Yeah,
See
well,
some of the videos.
Vivo,
right?
YouTube,
Look
Google.
at
Yeah,
that.
I mean, articles, you find all kinds of
I
stuff.
was catching up.
Just
on
have
that.
fun. Okay, you'll be there for some days. There's so much footage out there, you know. So,
Let me ask you one question before you ask this other question. Who's the old guy in the video with the beard? I always want to know
Baba
who's that guy.
OJ, Baba OJ.
I mean, every video I see that guy, I always wondered, I mean, where did they find this guy? Or was he a
Well,
family member?
Actually, very interesting story. Baba OJ, he is really strange. He kind of raised Speech's parents. He kind of was like, you know, guided them through their life. He always says, I raised them, you know. And Speech, he knew Speech when he was in the womb, you know, before he was born. Because they're from Milwaukee.
Okay.
Well, he's actually from Mississippi, but he lived in Milwaukee for a very long time. And then Speech and Baba went to college together. It was college in Wisconsin.
So how old is Baba then?
Baba now is 82, 83.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was like, you know, 50-ish late back then.
Wow.
So, but he loved hanging around young people. And so Speech wanted to put, he just thought it'd be like really cool to put an older elder in the group because that represents the community.
Yeah, everybody always wondered who that guy was. I didn't know who the guy was.
Yeah, you know, in Arrested Development, it was like characters, you know. We all represented something about the community. And so, you know, what's the community without the young and the elders?
Yeah,
we got to have both.
True.
So, and everything in between. So yeah, but Baba OJ, he's, you know, he actually a few years back suffered several strokes, and so now he you know, he doesn't do music or anything.
Oh wow.
So yeah, he's back in Milwaukee.
Oh, he's
But
back in Milwaukee.
We talk a lot, you know.
That's good. That's good.
I always check on. That's my Baba. I have to check on. Yes.
Wow.
So can you tell us about any of your new projects that you
Yes. Well, I have a new record out now. It's called So Gone. It was produced by Mama Nua, Japanese producer.
Wow.
Also written by myself and Tracy Hill. She's a great writer, phenomenal writer. One of my friends. She writes for Rihanna, Brandy, and Sean Kingston, and Britney Spears, and blah, 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 blah. A whole bunch of folks.
Oh, well, we'll be able to hear that tonight?
So Gone. I don't know.
Do you have the track with you?
I don't have it with me.
Don't worry.
But we have to plug. We have to show the video.
Okay.
We have to show the video.
You have the video?
Something we got to do all that. Yeah, you can get it's on YouTube.
Okay, we'll put it up for you guys.
You know, so they can see it.
We're gonna have it on the show tonight. You guys be advised.
But yeah, but that's a single that I have out right now.
Okay.
It's available on iTunes, Amazon, all of that. And so it's out, and I want people to check it out. And it's the song is about a relationship, and it's kind of like you still have a love for a person, but you have to sometimes let stuff go, and you have to release it. And if it's for you, it'll come back. So it represents me just letting go of anything that I allowed to keep me in bondage, beyond a relationship, whether it been issues in my life or whatever. And then I have another record I released a year ago with Omari Hardwick. He's from the show Being Mary Jane.
Oh, okay.
And the song is called You Make Me Wanna. And it's a spoken word poetry type energy. And Mama Dua produced that one as well.
Oh, wow.
And so yeah, and I have to shout out the other writers, Kevin
Shout out.
Maxim and David Royale.
Okay.
They also helped me write my records. And I have another song called Love Sick. That was my first song. It just pushed it all out there. So yeah.
So you've been working hard.
Yeah, and I'm working on some TV stuff, and I write for other artists. I wrote a song on Angie Stone's last record, Rich Girl. I co-wrote a song called First Time. So, and I do artist development, I mentor, I do a lot. I stay
Wow.
busy. I'm writing a book, a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
So you told me that you dance.
Yes.
Like, what kind of dance? Can you tell me a little bit about
Oh
that?
yeah, I do all styles, ballet, jazz, tap, African, modern, hip hop, all of the lyrical, and I teach. So I've been teaching since the age of 14. Yeah, so my mom taught me how to dance. So and I also still take dance from other people because I love to continue to learn and grow. You know,
We're gonna have to have a session. 'cause
Yes.
I cannot dance.
Oh,
at all.
yeah,
I have
see.
no rhythm. No rhythm.
I don't believe that. I so don't believe it.
She doesn't have no rhythm. That's hard to bless. That's unremarkable.
But she has such a beautiful voice.
Yes, she
Speaking
does.
voice, I love
Well,
her
thank you.
voice. So when we get you, we
Little
can.
deep, but-
Well, no, that's okay though. But that's where it's at. See, because my voice gets really deep too sometimes. But, no, but we're gonna do the dance class. We have to do that. So
Okay,
we can
okay.
fix that. That's
Sure,
not.
you're gonna go into the dance class. All right.
You should come too.
Yeah, I might do a little something, you know.
I teach guys as well.
Okay.
So you said you started dancing at 2?
2 years old.
Wow.
Wow.
I remember dancing, and I don't remember like walking or anything like that. But I remember dancing.
You just dancing.
Yeah, just dancing, you know. So I remember on Saturdays, it's so funny when on Saturdays when the sun rays come through my window, I always think about dance class. That's how it was like crazy when I was little. I always knew when I saw the sun come through. Okay, time for dance, and I would always just relate that to dance. That's how much it was just always a beautiful thing. So when I would go, I would sit all day and I would learn everybody's dances. Like I don't care. The senior company, the intermediate, and I would know everybody, and I would say, "Mommy, they're not doing it right." I would tell
So
her.
it was never a chore for you. It was just
No,
you were passionate about
I'm
it.
very passionate, and I'm just a passionate individual. Period. But dance is something, it frees me. So you know, that's my vice. You know, some people smoke, drink, whatever. Dance is my vice.
Wow. Yeah. Hey.
I do a couple twirls here and there. Yeah. So if I want to just let off some steam, I go take a dance class. Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's good.
yeah, one of my favorite styles of dance is African though.
Wow.
African is my favorite out of modern and African.
Do
It's my
you have any shows when you do that? Do you have any shows when you
It's
do
my
that, or did you just do the class?
I actually, you mean do I do African dance in my shows?
Yeah, I mean, no. Like I know you teach and
Yes.
Performance.
Yeah.
Yes.
you
Yeah, I
have-
do. I go take the class and I also teach it.
Oh, okay.
I teach African sometimes. Yes, I do.
You gotta let us know when you have
I
that.
do, I have to, yeah. So, and I do-
I'm gonna get my producer Erica down there.
Yeah.
Dance down there, something like that.
Work it out. Yeah, I love it. I love teaching. I love seeing how dance it takes one's self-esteem to a whole nother level.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's a great discipline. It really is.
So dance is. I'm not saying dance or karate the same thing, but it gives it
But
both.
it's the same. Like
Right.
I love watching like people do martial arts because it is like dancing.
Okay.
A lot of the movements and the stance and stuff. It's like modern dance.
See, I know. I know.
Yeah, like my daughter took Tai Chi,
Right.
and I would, because she had dance, she would flow a little bit different and could get the steps more.
Right.
So yeah, I love karate. I love
Look at that. A dangerous woman.
it. Yeah, I love
dangerous
it.
woman there.
Yeah, I like culture. Anything that has culture
Mhm.
is beautiful to me, because culture is so important to me. Not just, of course, African American culture, but I just like learning about other
Yeah,
people's culture. You know?
It's always good to learn it.
Yeah.
It's always good to learn
Right.
other cultures around.
Exactly.
You. And you don't want to be stuck in like
Right.
your own culture.
Right.
And you just know your own culture.
Right.
Then you go to
I
a
mean,
restaurant.
we're a world. It's a very diverse world.
Right.
And, I mean, think about 10 years ago. Now it's totally different.
Always
And
changing.
right, and think about 10 years from now, it's gonna be a whole nother.
Oh, well, it's gonna be
So-
a whole
Right.
different ball game.
Right. So
Yeah.
so I love culture.
Yeah, because we can go to Timbuktu, have a John L.
Oh,
Sunday
yeah.
show in Timbuktu. What do you think? Erica, you coming?
That'll be fun.
She
Yeah.
said, yeah.
Carry my buddy, Mr. Ruffin, out there.
So do you actually have like a dance studio?
I did many years ago, but I don't anymore because of travel.
Gotcha.
And just, I have so many things that God has put in me that I want to do. So I didn't want to just have a studio and that was it. And my mother, she's getting older. So my mom, she's retiring now.
She's
so
here in
like-
Atlanta? She's
Yeah,
still in Atlanta?
oh yeah.
Okay, good,
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, so, and she, you know, I didn't want to put that on her because we were doing it together,
Yeah.
you know. So my mom did it for many, many years herself. And as she got older, you know, I would help her out. So,
Right.
yeah, so, but now we just, I teach at different studios, in town, out of town. I do dance workshops, all that kind of stuff. I do master classes.
So is it primarily for kids or?
All ages, all ages.
Oh.
I've taught in diapers, like walking in diapers, all the way up to my mom's age, like 60s. Yeah, so.
Yeah, you have people in the 60s now. They go on the Zumba classes
Yeah,
and all these classes
Yeah.
now.
But
But it's good for you because, I mean, who says that you have to stop doing any of that stuff when you get older?
Yeah.
Who says that?
Yeah, you go to Zumba class? You go to Zumba?
I went before, and
How'd
it's
you like
fun.
it?
It's
I
fun.
went to it, but I had to
It
leave
doesn't feel like a
because
workout.
they were just going too crazy. I was out of breath. There wasn't no water, so I went ahead and just left.
Oh my God.
Lady said, Mr. Sanders, you're leaving. I said, I'll be back. I never came back.
See,
About a year
you
ago.
can't quit.
I know,
You
but
can't
it was,
quit.
they wore me out. When they wore me out, it's time for me to leave.
Well, that's what it's about.
I know, but
It's not supposed to feel good.
I was
Well,
worn
yeah,
out.
and yeah. But
I was worn out. I had tears in my eyes, so I had to go, folks. You
oh,
know.
that's pretty bad.
It was bad. It was intense. You know, I had a friend, Tajetta. She tried to help me out, but I was in bad shape. I was in bad shape.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to see some of this dancing. What about you, John?
Hey, I'm ready.
I'm like, are you going on tour anytime soon?
I have a show here on Friday, actually, at this place called Eat Fresh. It's a spa on Nelson Street in Atlanta.
That's over in there. Is it near the Dome? Is
Yes,
that close to
it
the
is.
Dome, right?
Yes,
Yeah, big
and
deal
I'll be
right there.
performing a few of my songs, dancing a little bit, but I won't be doing like African dance. But
Gotcha.
when I do that, I will definitely let you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Definitely let us know.
And then where did you said it? Could you give the folks the address in case they want
I
to go?
don't know off the top of my
Don't worry,
head, but
we're
we can
having
get that.
we'll get it for you guys. Get vibe, we'll get that for you.
Yeah,
Alicia, we'll get it for you.
And it's
At
actually
least you don't get it from, right? Oh, we don't get
this group called the Red Panty Society. A friend of mine, her name is Yolanda Niels. She's putting it on, and it's called the Red Light District. It's the art stroll. So they kind of showcase artists and independent artists, and they have, I think, art pieces and stuff like that. So it's just a really cool, eclectic type of thing.
Independent artists such as like musicians, filmmakers, and
Musicians.
Okay, musicians. Okay. Do you think I can come in and sing a song?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Probably run the whole folks out.
I'm like, you can sing?
Hey, I could. Hey, my grandmother told me I could sing, but when people hear me sing, they don't like it. So
I'm like, grandma.
So grandma
I
loves
tell
you.
them, hey, my grandma said I can sing. So when
That's
people say I
funny.
can't sing, I get offended.
Oh,
My
yeah,
grandma
I
said
hear
can
you.
sing.
I hear you,
man.
Mr.
My
Jones.
grandma said I can sing. I know I can sing. I might get, I might get one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have 2 Grammys
Yes.
and 2 MTV Awards,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that and that experience.
It's just it was an amazing time. It's right, it's heavy. It was an amazing time when I won these awards. I was like a teenager just coming out, our first album, and it was amazing. We got nominations. You got it?
Yeah.
Nominations, and it all happened I guess in a span of 2 years. It was the Grammys, the MTV Awards, it was NAACP Awards, a Soul Train Award. So we got a whole bunch of awards in 1 year. You gonna take the Grammy?
Take the Grammy.
Gave me the MTV
Grandma
Awards.
said I can sing. I'm taking
Right,
the
the
Grammy.
movement.
I can take it. Quinn, I can take a Grammy, right, Quinn? I can take a Grammy. Quinn says I can take a Grammy.
No.
But can I hold it?
Sure,
Can I
you can
touch
hold it. You can touch it. You can embrace it. All of that. It's all good.
No, embrace it. Embrace it. Erica, you got the shot. I'm embracing it.
Hilarious.
Erica got this
And the
shot.
Grammy goes to.
John L. Sanders for the John L. Sanders Show.
Right.
So give me my check too. I'm gonna ask a question. When you get a Grammy, you get a check also?
No.
Okay, I just didn't
No
know.
checks.
I
No
thought
checks
you
come
get a
with
check.
it.
But
No.
I mean, this is good. I mean,
But you know what happens normally when you win a Grammy, your sales tend to go up the next day.
Okay, yeah.
On Billboard, like I've
Yes.
seen people's albums be resurrected,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, 'cause
Again, you
Yeah.
know, because sometimes it may come out a year prior to the Grammys, and then you win a Grammy, and then the next day, like the sales just shoot through.
because and I just want to ask a question on this having a Grammy. I mean, you don't get a Grammy unless you can sing. Put it like that, or if your music is good, or basically if your producer's doing what they need to do. But if you have a good voice, I mean, you can win a Grammy. But tell me the feeling, the inner body experience when you was down in LA. It was in LA, right?
Yes, it was in Los
When
Angeles.
you was on
yes.
this stage and they called your name of the group, your name, and you came up and accepted the Grammy. Tell me, play by play, how did you feel? Tell me the experience.
You know, it was surreal. It really was. At the time, we were, for this particular one, that was that Best New Artist, we were going up against Miley Cyrus' dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, for the song. He had a song called Achy Breaky Heart.
And you beat him out?
Okay.
Yeah, and it was huge.
Look at that beat Billy's.
And it was huge, though. The song was like majorly huge. So, and you know, the Grammys, the votes are by your peers. Your peers are the ones that voting for you.
Right.
If you, like, since I won a Grammy, I can vote for people to win.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So you're on the committee, something like that?
Right, you can be on it for years, like you have to pay a fee or whatever, and you can vote.
Right.
So it's not, you don't get voted to get a Grammy by the public. It's your peers.
Oh, wow.
So what happened was, I just was like, he had a big record. So it just, you know, I was just thinking like, he's gonna win, you know?
Yeah.
And we were so different. And when they said Arrested Development, we all were like, what?
Wow.
I was speechless. I couldn't even say anything. I think I was just like, yeah, woo, yeah, you know, that's it.
How old were you?
I was like 17,
17.
something like that, yeah.
17 and winning the Grammy.
Yeah, so
That's
it was,
amazing.
Yeah.
and it didn't, you know, it didn't, like even now, it's amazing, like when, you know, like we were talking down to Ross,
Right.
you know, different
Yeah.
people that I look up to, and I'm just like, wow, it's such an honor, you know, but one thing about me, I am so appreciative of my awards, but the greatest award for me is when I meet people and they say how my music has touched them, or you know how it affected their lives, and that is what matters. That's
Right, because when your song came out, I was like, take it to another. So I'm start singing now. Hey, I'm gonna start singing what it is. But that song, if you sit down and listen to that song. When I listen to music, I'm a listener and a thinker.
Right.
I put myself in a situation, and I mean, when you put yourself in a situation when you hear good music and good lyrics, I mean, it puts you in a good place. It puts you in a good place. But I mean, that song and it's Tennessee, and there's some other songs I listen to. I mean, I like the way the video was taken. And
we did it out here actually.
Where?
Down the street.
In Douglasville?
In Douglasville.
You know what, folks? They told me they don't say this, but OMG with 3 exclamation points. That is awesome. I mean,
but you know, it's
wow.
it's ironic because I didn't realize that until a few years ago.
Wow.
When the train tracks.
Wow.
It was this older Caucasian man. He had this house, and the guy who shot the video, I want to say. The director was from Yugoslavia. So when he came, we wanted a very rural look. And at that time, you know, I knew nothing about Douglasville, Georgia, you know, and because I was still living in Southwest Atlanta. So we came out here, and I remember those railroad tracks.
Wow.
And we were in it was this home, and it was him by himself, and it was just really cool because I remember he had the door, the rickety screen door, the whole, and it's like everything you saw, like in that video, it was not a prop. It was
real.
His house. And he was a little old white man. And he let us stay there. He was real cool. He was like, y'all just have fun. Y'all do what y'all have to do.
Wow.
You know, he was really cool. And the kids were on the roof, and he was really cool. I mean, he enjoyed us. I think he liked the company.
And see, a lot of people probably don't know this to this day. I didn't know to this day it was you guys did in Douglasville.
Right? Yeah. We shot another part of it by the airport before they started expanding it. The part where we're in the field and we're jumping and dancing. That was the airport.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I didn't even think it was done in this state. I thought you guys did it somewhere else.
No, we did a lot of our video. Tennessee was down here. People Every Day was down in a very small part of Georgia.
Oh, that's a song I like too.
Yeah.
Everyday people.
Yeah.
That's what I was listening to.
Yeah, and I think we did all our videos were here, and Mr. Wonder was downtown.
Oh, that's that.
Yeah, downtown Atlanta. The only video we did, Natural, was in LA, and we did this song called United Front in South Africa.
Wow.
And that was back in the 90s. So I remember people would say.
So you guys went to South Africa?
Yes, I've been there many times.
Wow.
Yeah, so I remember them. I think they were saying Ludacris was the first American hip hop group to do. We were.
Wow.
Back
Come on,
in.
you gotta get it straight. Gotta get it straight.
Yeah, that was like in
Mr.
'94.
Luda.
Yeah, I love Luda.
Me too, Luda, but you know,
I
hey.
love Luda. Yeah,
Luda.
but Antoine Fuqua was the director.
He was the Antonio Fuqua. You remember that movie Tears of the Sun? He directed that movie.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen
he directed that
but he's
movie.
amazing. He's amazing. He's just really a dope director. Period. So I love his, I love him. His energy was really cool, and it was freezing cold over there when we shot United.
South
Front.
Africa's cold?
Oh yeah.
Well, see, y'all didn't know that. I didn't know that. You knew
Yeah,
that.
they have all the seasons just like us. It's really it's really cold.
I thought it was
certain
figured to be.
parts.
It was.
I thought it would be
No, we didn't go. Well, I've been in the summer before,
It's
and
hot
I've
in the
been
summer,
in
right?
oh yeah, and then I've been in the winter. It was really cold. We were like in blankets and all that.
Wow.
Yeah, but you can't tell it in the video because, you know, we
Look alive.
Yeah, right.
You gotta
Yeah,
do
but
it.
we actually shot in Zululand, what they call Zululand, Shaka Zulu. That was a real person.
Shaka
in the
Zulu,
whole,
yeah, Shaka Zulu.
and, yes, and they call it Zululand. And
Wow.
we actually went to the village, and a lot of these people, they live in the village, and they still live off the land, and they have the huts and the whole thing. And it was really cool. And then parts of it was shot in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow, wait.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we shot with another video we did, Revolution, with Spike Lee in New York.
Wow, Spike Lee,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yes.
So what would you say was your overall best experience as an artist?
I mean, so many. So I can't really. So
Pick one.
many. Man, I'm trying to tell you, because this is over 25 years. It's a lot. But I would have to say one of the things that I experienced I would never forget is meeting Nelson Mandela. So, and shaking his hand and being in his presence. We did something with UNICEF in South Africa, and I think that was the quietest the whole group had ever been.
Wow.
You know, just being in his presence, because he had such a presence of a king. He really did. He really did. And he was really tall. So when I met him, because I'm only 5'5", and I was like, wow, he's massive, you know. His hands were like really big, and he reached out to shake my hand. I was like, I don't even think I said anything. I was just like,
Just look.
probably some spit probably was going down. I was like, that's Nelson Mandela. Like I can't even put that into words. And just, you know, he had just had been in office maybe a year or two. And just to see the people of South Africa, the way they reverenced him, and he did a lot for, you know, their country.
Wow.
And it was deep. It was deep. So that was probably the top of the list.
Okay. You mentioned you have a daughter. I just want to go back.
Yes.
So how does your daughter feel? Oh, mommy won a Grammy. Mommy
Right.
got an MTV award. Mommy's famous. Mommy's going on tour. How does she feel about that?
You know, it's funny because I'm mom, you know, to her. So it's like, I'm mom. You know what I mean? She doesn't look at it like that. I think a few years ago, we were watching the Grammys, and she looked at the television, then she looked at me, then she looked at the Grammy, then she looked at the television. She said, you have one of those. I'm like, yeah.
Wow,
How old is
So she's 10. She'll be 11 at the end of this month. And she's such an amazing kid, and I'm not just saying that because she's my child.
I didn't say it.
She
She's
really
she's an
is.
amazing kid.
She's an amazing kid, and God truly blessed me with an amazing child. And she's actually been traveling with me since birth.
Wow.
So she went on the road with me. I nursed her for 2.5 years. So I took her everywhere with me.
Did she have a nanny or?
No, where my mom would come out sometimes.
Oh, that's good. No,
And my
yes,
sister.
that's good.
But she is definitely, she's one of those kids, like if she was in here, you wouldn't even know she was in here. Because she's been around it so much, she knows how
She
to
knows exactly
know
how
what
act.
to do.
So
So,
she's following in mommy's footsteps. Is she gonna sing and dance?
She dances. However, she wants to go to the Olympics to be a rhythmic gymnast.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
that's
wow.
her dream. And so I'm actually homeschool her. So she said when she was 5, that was her first time actually seeing the Olympics. And she said, Mommy, that's what I want to do. I said, okay, we're going to do that.
Right, that's good.
And so I've been just kind of, that's her career path. And then along the way, she does dance and she does taekwondo. She wants to do tennis, you know. So I let her do just feel, because she's a creative child. I'm creative, so I get her. We get each other, and right. And so I just let her do her own little vibe, you know. And but I also I kind of instilled in her that rhythmic gymnastics is not the only thing you can do.
Right.
Let's work on this. And she loves to speak, and so I said maybe one day you might be a speaker. I don't know.
Right,
you may be a
right.
journalist, and she loves visual art. She likes to draw.
Wow.
So I said you can have your own art gallery. She wants to design clothes. She's so, you know, creative people. We're very many dimensions to us. Many levels.
Can't be closed down.
Right.
That's good.
Right. We can't be boxed in. So yeah, but I enjoy being a mother, and that's for me it's God, family, career, and that's how I flow. That's how I flow.
Well, that's good. So when I met Alicia, she was very stern in the face. She do Taekwondo. Sometimes she could look mean. Sometimes.
I mean, I just have a stern face. If I walked
she's
around all the
beautiful.
time smiling, people would be
Those
like,
the ones you gotta look
"What's
out
wrong?"
for.
I'm
Those
like,
the ones that have they know little tight chi and Taekwondo.
She's
have a
fine.
stern face.
Okay,
She's
okay, you know.
Yes.
So do you have any other questions you want to ask her, or?
I think that I've asked all my questions today. I think we covered
Yeah.
You sure?
quite a bit.
Well, yes, I do have a lot more questions.
Okay.
I want to find out. Not just kidding. I want to find out. When you're gonna do the next dance class? When are you gonna do the next dance class?
I don't know at this
Uh-huh.
particular time because I've been working on my record and just pushing that. But you never know. I may get a call tomorrow and boom, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So again, because I kind of just freelance. So
Okay.
if I get a call to do a dance workshop or something like that, I just go. You know what I mean? But right now I've really been focusing on my music and just getting that out. But I actually have a dance ministry called Spiritual Feet, and I teach them all the time. We had a class yesterday. So yeah, that's my group I mentor. So
Okay,
I have
great.
a group of mentees, and ranging from ages 9 to 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
great.
male and female.
Right. So any time you can come back on the show.
Well,
If
thank
you got
you so
if you got
much.
yourself a single, you want
Yes.
to do the dance routine. We can get Alicia up there,
Rhythm.
and the producer Erica to get up there and do her thing
Right.
up there. I mean, I'm happy that you was here.
Thank you so much.
I'm happy you came up to
appreciate you.
Douglasville.
Yes, thank you.
I'm happy that I met you.
Thank you.
I'm
nice to meet you, too.
I'm even happy my co-host Alicia came
Yes,
to co-host with me
yes,
today
yes.
as well. But before we go, I just want to say one thing to everybody. May 13th is District 35 Day down at the state capitol. This will be on the website at all. It's going to be at the state capitol, so come and meet your state senator, Donzella James. It's going to start at 10 a.m. It ends at 2 o'clock, so come on down to state capitol. You guys got my number, 404-509-7573. Call me if you need a ride. Call me if you have any questions. So that's March 13th. And yes, it's cool, you know.
Righteous.
Yes, yes. So
I'm like,
I get.
could you give everyone your contact information?
Sure,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. Yes,
Contact
yes. So I have a website.
Right.
It's Eshe, www.eshe, E-S-H-E, Afro, A-F-R-O, soul, S-O-U-L.com, and has links to all of my social media. Also booking information. I'm also on Facebook, and I have an Eshe fan page. And I also have a personal page.
Yeah, I'm on a page.
Yeah. And it's Mosho Eshe, and it's spelled M-O-N-T-S-H-O, Eshe, E-S-H-E. I'm now also on Instagram and Twitter at Eshe, the number 2, the letter X, Grammy. Eshe 2-time Grammy. Yes.
Right. See that, and another thing, folks, support our local artists. Your local artists need support, because if you was in the same situation, you would want somebody to support you.
Definitely.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And there's a lot of amazing, great artists here, and we don't just stop here. We go all over the world, and it's a blessing because even independent artists, we're not boxed in. So we've been. You see so many people right here from Atlanta, but they're in Japan, they're in Australia, they're in Africa, they're in Europe, doing their thing.
Right.
So I thank you for your support, and I thank you
You're very
because you
welcome.
always show me love on Facebook.
Oh
and
yeah,
all
I show the love. I show
Yes,
the love.
you
I
do.
show the love. Alicia, you gonna sing? You gonna
Thank
sing?
you,
When you
Alicia.
gonna start singing?
No, I'm gonna need some vocal
We're
classes.
gonna start singing. We're gonna start
I'm
singing.
just not sure.
We're gonna start singing.
Yeah.
So again, before we leave you guys tonight, again, the show was dedicated to Elmo James, and also Lloyd Edwards, my brother. So thank you guys for joining again. So before we leave, we're gonna leave out with a video of Eshe. And what's the name of the song?
It's called So Gone.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Directed
you.
by my friend Nathan Stone.
Okay, and I want to shout out to my man Quinn out in the audience. How you doing, Quinn? Okay, all right, John L. Sanders and Alicia
Alicia Richardson.
signing out. See you next week.
Peace and love.
I miss you so much, but I gotta let this go. I gotta let go.
Baby, I'm just one fight from leaving. I ain't gotta take it. So you need to give me one good reason, make me wanna stay. Please give me a sign, 'cause I'm trying to make it okay. Lately you've been acting like your love was just a mistake. Baby, baby, this is your chance. I put my love in your hands. If you don't want me, baby, just won't you let me know? Baby, if this dance ain't for me, then won't you let me go free? I'm just not in it. I've reached my limit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. If you would miss the way I kiss you, baby, block the door. You're thinking about shedding tears for me. Better let them hit the floor. Please give me a sign. If you're mine, why can't you say so? Yeah. Better make a scene. Better scream out, baby, don't go. Hey, hey, hey. Baby, baby, this is your chance. I put my love in your hands. If you don't want me, baby, just won't you let me know? Baby, if this dance ain't for me, then won't you let me go free? I'm just not in it. I've reached my limit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. I've reached my limit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. I've reached my limit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone. I reached my limit. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So gone. So gone. So gone.